we got another heavy hitter joining us right here on the show. We've got the one and only Shakeia Taylor. She is with the Athletic now.
Like we should
getting
stand up
money
real
on.
quick.
Yeah, right,
Hey,
exactly.
hey.
Jason talking about us getting money. No, she getting money. She getting money. And you can follow her at Curly Fro on Twitter, man. Getting tuned with everything she's doing. Got a real nice article we just put up on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and the NBA Cup that just happened a couple days ago. How you doing, my friend?
I'm great. I'm great. I don't know if y'all can see, but I'm in Miami right now. It's 80
Oh, okay, yeah.
degrees. I'm doing great.
Yeah, doing good. They ain't got to deal with the cold weather and things like that. So
I was like,
that
oh, it snowed at home? I had no idea.
I used to always doing that in LA, like, it's a nice 85 degrees out there. Y'all in a snowstorm. But you just came back from Vegas. Before we get to that, just tell me, how does it, going from Chicago Tribune to not Athletic, you did a lot of baseball stuff over there. Now you're moving on to the NBA. What's been like the biggest part of the transition?
You know what? At the Tribune, I covered everything, right? Like I jumped from sport to sport. At the Athletic, I'm just focusing on the NBA, which is really cool. But also, like, it is wild to me that I am now colleagues with some of the biggest names, of writers in the game. And so being able to pick their brains and ask them questions and get tips from them and just kind of find out how they do things has been really, really dope.
Definitely, and I know me and you were talking too about like how the differences as well. With the NBA in the NBA media compared to other medias. What is something that being out there in Vegas with the NBA Cup that you enjoyed, and what was like the vibe like being out there? There was a lot of discussion about it was kind of dead and things like that. What was it like for you being there?
You know what? It was pretty quiet. Like, Marcus Thompson actually wrote a column recently that you can read where? At The Athletic, about how the crowd actually was louder for the trampoline dunkers than they were for the game. Like, that was legit. It was very, very quiet. It was very subdued. I think it has a lot to do with it being a neutral site where you don't have a team, so you don't have fans. And I also think it has something to do with the timing. Like, yeah, the NBA Cup is making it, a positive and a more exciting time at a time in the league where it would normally be pretty quiet. And I think that's good, but you're missing the fans. It was so chill, it was so quiet. Also, it was a Saturday afternoon in Las Vegas. Like people are hungover. I don't
Yes.
think the arena filled up for the semis until at least partway through. It was like very, 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 low attendance. And then out of nowhere, all these people showed up, but it still wasn't, a crowd. I don't think anyone had a particular advantage except the Hawks. And the Hawks had an advantage because the Falcons were in town. I actually walked around the arena talking to fans, and one of the things that they told me was, well, I didn't know the Hawks were going to be here. I was here for the football game, so I just bought a ticket to this. So it was way less enthusiasm than I thought there would be. So I think maybe they should reconsider a neutral site or, maybe make those games a home game like the WNBA does. Because I posted pictures and videos and people were like, women's sports would never. And you know what? They were right. Like, the women got the beat on that.
Yeah, and that's an issue that the NBA has been having all year. We've had a lot of people complaining about ratings and marketing their younger stars. And as someone who deals with Major League Baseball, very well that's the same problem that Major League Baseball has. Do you think that basketball is in danger of being seen in a similar light as baseball?
You know what? This comparison has come up a lot over the last few days. It has come up a lot. Even I brought it up myself. I think that the NBA can look at what MLB has done because I think we'd all agree, like, we do know a little bit more about guys in Major League Baseball now. I mean, yeah, there's a heavy Shohei Ohtani marketing thing going on, but we're also seeing a little bit more about other guys. We're seeing a ton of personality, right? We're seeing, Ellie down in Cincinnati. who you all know is one of my faves because I think he's just really fun. We could talk about some of the problems with his hitting, but
Yeah.
the guy is interesting and fun, and I think that's what the game needs. And on the NBA side, I think fans should stop complaining about ratings, first of all, because it's really not our business if you're a fan. Like, what do you care about ratings for?
It's
Watch who
like
you
talking about
want to
record
watch.
sales. It's like talking about record sales.
Right,
Regardless,
right.
yeah.
Exactly. And I think there's a ton of focus from the outside on like 3-point shooting, but we're in the spaced out era right now. So we either embrace that we're in the spaced out era or we complain consistently that guys are protecting themselves, not getting down in the paint, not going straight up to the rim. But like who wants to get elbowed in the face? I think like we gotta have some balance, but I think there are some things that the NBA can take from Major League Baseball as far as bringing back the excitement. When MLB made the bases larger, brought in the pitch clock, right? The runner on second that people hate and no one has decided on what they want to call it. Is if it's the Manfred man, is it the ghost runner? And then all those rules kind of went away in the playoffs, and the playoffs are fire, right? Like y'all enjoyed the playoffs too. So I think there's definitely not one-to-one comparisons, obviously, because the sports are played differently. And NBA is supposed to be a fast-paced game. And, you know, the NBA it doesn't have very many lulls in the game. It's a poetic game. There's rhythm to the game. There's speed to the game. But I think there's some things they could absolutely take away from Major League Baseball. Maybe not too much though, because you know baseball sometimes gets it wrong.
Right. We know
Very
you
wrong.
got to get out here in a couple minutes, so I don't want to
Yeah.
keep you too long. But one non-sports thing. So, you know, me and you talk all the time. You know, I'm one of a few black people who watch Seinfeld, but I love the grievances, the Festivus episodes. I'm gonna be asking
Yes.
everybody, what's their 2024 grievances? What are some of yours? If you you know that you need to get out your system before the year ends.
Oh, are we talking sports or just
It could be
general?
anything. It could be anything. You
Okay.
don't like how people walk down the street. It's whatever.
Oh, I got a couple. Okay, so my
Okay.
first one is I'm really tired of airlines nickel and diming us
Mm,
for less space. Like a great example is, you know, on my flight to Vegas, I had to buy a round trip ticket. Then I had to pay to move my seat so that I wasn't sitting on the tail of the plane. Um, you know, and then everyone brings a bag on because they charge you to check a bag. So now
yeah.
the overhead compartments are full. I am tired of the airlines nickel and diming us. It has to stop. I can't deal with it. Um, Another grievance of mine is people in sports complaining to writers about things that we don't have anything to do with. Like, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, but I do not run your favorite team. I don't have anything to do with that. I don't know why the GM or manager or whatever of your favorite team is making the decisions they're making. I am just here to report the news, not make it. So I'm not sure like what people want me to do about that. And then I have another grievance that is like ridiculous, but like, yo, in 2025, clean your shoes, clean your sneakers. I'm so tired of
Yeah.
seeing people walking around in dingy sneakers. And then a sub to that is your socks. If
Yeah.
your socks used to be white and they're not white no more,
You should be
stop
wearing
wearing
them
them.
socks. Yeah.
Throw them
Time
away.
for new socks. Yeah.
I will
Exactly.
personally buy you a 10-pack of socks from Kmart. Is Kmart still around? Like,
I haven't seen a Kmart in a while.
that's why I said it, because I'm not buying nobody no socks. But take the hit. Wash your socks. Get some bleach. Buy some new socks. They come in packs. Don't buy your socks on Amazon. Go somewhere else. But please, no dingy shoes, no dingy socks. Just don't be dingy in
Yeah.
2025.
Exactly. Let's start the year with some clean habits, people. You know, wearing dirty socks is like to me actually might be worse than dirty shoes. It's
It's
like, dude,
That's
offensive.
it's
diabolical.
nasty. Yeah.
It's offensive because even if you washed yourself, I'm now questioning how well you did because your socks are kind of dirty.
Right. Exactly. So, Shakeia, let them know they can follow you at everything you got going on before we get you up out of here.
You can follow me at Curly Fro on Twitter. I also have the same name on Blue Sky, which I have decided to call Blueski because it sounds so much more fun.
Yes.
I am on Instagram at a little bit of dope, and absolutely subscribe to The Athletic. I believe you can actually, once you subscribe, check my name and keep up with everything that I write and things that I have going on there.
So cool. Triple double hat trick, I know the code too. trade, go for trade. Yeah, we cold too. Getting paper on these player haters, old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line.